The next section of your travel guide to consider is the general infographic. So the infographic seems like it'd be something very, very simple, but it is a page that students have a tendency to have a really hard time with. So it's why we use it towards the end of the publication. So the trick with the infographic is to show, not tell. You want people at a glance to be able to understand the information that you need to convey. So the information you need to convey for this one, you have to tell me what kind of language they speak. So even if it's an English-speaking country area, you need to, maybe there's slang maybe people need to know. Maybe there's certain things that people, maybe pronunciation. What type of currency? So even if it's, New York, maybe you want to, with currency, tell us how much is a cab ride to the airport going to cost? Or maybe how much are you going to spend on dinner, so people can kind of understand what is going on there. What is the climate? What's the weather? This is a really great way, easy way to use things like calendars, kind of tell us the highs and the lows. What is the population? What is the, maybe you want to give me more information about the population. Is it mostly male? Is it mostly female? Is it all baby boomers? How can you help me tell that story? What is the area known for? What kind of recommended packing list? And a packing list, we all kind of like having that checklist. So how can you help make that? I want you to go ahead and develop these items individually. I do not want you to find someone else's packing list and drop it in. As always, looking for those photo and image credits. If you are going to go ahead and use vectors, maybe you're going to use custom shapes out of Photoshop, I'm not going to require a credit for that. If you are going to use image like photos, you do need to credit those. Your images, your vectors still need to be 300 dpi. Still looking for those paragraph and character styles, looking for those inspiration tear sheets. So finding a really strong inspiration sheet will make this project a lot easier. So let's take a peek at what's going on in this inspiration here. So here I can tell that we've got, kind of our big headline. We've got the 5 boroughs, so a little bit of a map. We've got spoken languages. We've got the population. We've got temperatures. So this is a lot of the same information that you're going to need to put together, but what makes sense for you? Maybe you want to do something that is a little bit more icon-y. What is going to fit for your publication? How are you going to tell the story? The trick is to show, not tell. If you look at the rubric, shows, not tell, that information is worth 60 points. That's a ton. So where are you going to find that great information? Maybe you're going to go to the Census Bureaus. Maybe you want to go to the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Maybe you want to go to some of the state travel agencies. Their job is to get people to want to come to your area. So they might have already created something that you can repurpose. Remember, steal like an artist. How can you make it easy? This one right here, they gave me the airport codes. They give me the Eastern Standard Time. So, what is important? Don't assume that everyone has a clue where your area is. If you're doing some type of fantasy place, what's going to make sense? Do they have some type of galleons? Do they have some type of credits? How much does something cost? So give us a really good idea of how to just at a glance see that page. So what are you going to do? How can you do it? Sketch it out first. If you're looking for vectors, do Google searches, vector suitcase or whatever it is that you're trying to come up with. Look at those custom shapes. We played with a ton of them already. I'm okay if you go ahead and look for templates and pull those apart. There's a lot that are created for Illustrator, so you've done a little bit with Illustrator already. Maybe you want to bring some of those elements in and create some individual shapes. So how can you be consistent? How can you tell that story? How can you make it a little bit fun? Find a really good, strong inspiration piece, and this page will be far less daunting. I look forward to seeing them.